Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII 2 walkthrough. So we are, like I was saying in the last video, going to head to the Sunleth Waterscape. This is 300 AF. It's kind of appropriate, and I suspect that they meant to do this, but they named the gate artifact, or the artifact that you need to open the gate, the Reunion artifact. And so, and that's exactly what happens here. We're going to have the reunion with, it should be obvious from the scenes there with Snow. But we've got a little bit of dialogue to get through, and then I will start the commentary again right after that.
Each reunion is a twist of the knife. The joy is ephemeral. It leaves fear in its wake. A fear that all too soon the time will come when you must bid farewell again. Yet you cannot help but long for the next encounter. Humanity's great frailty. We prefer past happiness to future uncertainty.
So this is what the end of the world looks like.
Are they going to destroy the planet?
I don't know. But if the world does end here, my future should never have happened. Which means there must be a way to stop them. Sarah, what is it? What's wrong?
The daughters of the sundered cocoon are sacrificed to beasts that warp time itself.
Sarah, no.
The pillar crumbles to ash and sand and down to earth. The cocoon does fall.
What? What? Sarah. Sarah! Sarah! Wait! Sarah! What's wrong? What did she see?
Alright, so that is yet another vision that Sarah sees. Does Sarah have the same power as Yule? That's what Noel wants to know. You can see there's something out of phase right there, but Mog takes off, so we're not able to reveal those quite yet.
Why did she react the way she did? Wow. That is one gigantic monster.
Snow, is that really you? I can't believe it.
Sarah? Am I dreaming again? Dream or not, we gotta get out of here.
Thanks, Noel.
I'll give you a hand. No, I'll hold it off. You get out of here.
Hey, you kidding? Was Sarah watching? I don't think so.
Fine, we'll do it together.
Alright, so love him or hate him, Snow is in this game, obviously. I actually, normally that battle starts right there, but I actually used the retry option so I could go back here to do some leveling in the Crystarium. I actually did try to take on the Royal Ripeness, as he is named, but it wasn't going well. I think I just needed to spend, I have a ton of CP right now that I need to take care of, so it'll help to have all these extra stats that I was missing. So I'll just do launch. Nice. Launch functions the same way as it does in 13, where if you've got a monster chained, or its chain gauge is maxed out, there is a chance. I think some enemies, I'm not sure, like, I'm guessing some enemies can't be launched again in this. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm just guessing that's the way it works. But most enemies can, and it's amazing when you do, because they just can't do anything to you, because they're essentially launched up in the air, and you can juggle, just like, or well, yeah, I guess it's pretty accurate term to say that you can juggle in this game too. Meaning that you can indefinitely keep enemies up in the air once they've been launched. It can be a bit tough without something like haste to keep them up there after their chain gauge has worn out, but that's not going to happen often. Most times, and most enemies in this, once you've got them chained and launched, you're gonna kill them. So, you know, not too much to worry about there. But anyways, so I'm doing the same thing, obviously, as I had been before, where you know, just leveling up Sarah's Ravager as much as I can, and Null's Commando. If you notice there, I did take the ATB segment when I, you know, got the bonus. So, yep, so I'll just keep going here. We're about done. That should be it. Yeah, that is all. I think I do end up leveling my one of my monsters as well. So one thing I will say, definitely want to try to save before and after you spend a bunch of points in your Chrysarium. There have been quite a few occasions already where I've screwed it up. So, you know, obviously I saved beforehand, luckily. But I did have to go back and reload my save to kind of fix the bonuses that I messed up. So again, you know, it's already happened to me I think three times now. And I'm not actually too much farther than this, or what the footage that you're seeing right now. So, all right. So I guess I just leveled the Garchomacera up a little bit. This was the Ravager that I was using for a little while. I don't know. It's an okay Ravager. It's just, you know, it's super early on in the game, so I kind of didn't care. Which is why, if you notice here, I'm using some mana droplets and stuff, because I don't care about this thing. I don't care about its stats. Normally, I would, if this was a monster that I had planned on using for very long, I would make sure I was only leveling using the potent materials. But again, it's not. I don't really care that much about this monster, so. Oh, and I did max it out, so I think I'm just going to increase the ATB gauge. I think it's important to actually get your fourth segment really before anything else. It's just you can double up on two segment abilities that way. So anyways, all right, let's give this guy another shot. I think this goes a lot better. One of the things that you can do that helps out, I feel like, is to actually just have a paradigm, and especially if you've got the pulse width soldier like I do, where he is just out all the time. I'm not sure what the paradigm name would be, but I would have Null as the Commando, Sarah as the Ravager, and the Sentinel out at the same time. So, I'm not sure what paradigm that actually is. So I guess this is more of a case of do as I say, not as I did, because it doesn't look like I actually did that. I went with it looks like, yeah, diversity. Sorry. So Null Commando, Sarah Ravager, and Kenshi is my medic. And then, you know, so this thing is a lot like Atlas, where it's pretty telegraphed as what it's going to do or what it's doing. You know, it'll slap the ground a couple of times, and if you want to, just go into Tortoise. I feel like that. I mean, it reduces rhythm. So that's kind of the way to go. Here's Belch. Belch is just a multi-hit ability, which also poisons you. I'm not sure if I had... I'm not sure if my Ketchi had Asuna or not, or if it ever learned it. I'm not even sure. I bet I didn't use that for very much longer than this fight here, so... actually, yeah, it kind of does look like it's using... because it got rid of its poison, so I'm assuming that means that it used Asuna. But, yeah, so again, the fight is just... it's going to be a little bit long. There's going to be a... I'm not sure at what point, but at one point here, you do get to do a cinematic action, and that's going to, well, it doesn't end it right then, but it's not much longer. So you actually don't have to worry about getting this thing all the way down. To be honest, this isn't meant to be completely killed right now. So. Like I said, we'll get it a little bit of a ways down, and then we'll just take off. Like I said, after that cinematic action happens, I think you do actually have to fight just a little bit longer. But the annoying thing here, and you can probably already notice, is it's healing itself constantly, which I guess is just the infusion of the little flan or flan that are being absorbed by this thing. So if you noticed there before, when the cutscene was happening, as the little, I'm going to say flan, I don't think that's right, I think it's supposed to be flan, but I'm going to say flan, because, you know what, I do my own thing. Anyways, the little flan are cruising along the trees, and more of them are appearing, so, and we'll find out why that's happening. Here's the cinematic action. Right, so if you hit that cinematic, I think you get a buff too. Yeah, there we go. Not bad, huh? Yeah, that's actually not bad. Thank you. So Snow basically gives us Protect there by using that cinematic action, which I think is actually really cool. Kind of like the cinematic, the little bonuses to some of the cinematic actions in this game. I don't know how many of them are actually like that, but we did have one earlier. I think it was Atlas where we got buffs from that. But anyways, like I said, the little flan cruising along the tree, well, that'll be kind of explained. But essentially, what's happening is the little ones are being absorbed by this big guy, and they are destroying the pillar that holds up Cocoon. So we know from earlier that it was. The Cocoon was actually, or the pillar was actually destroyed because of a war. Obviously, Snow is worried here that this giant flan is the one that actually does it, and you know, that could have happened had we not, you know, done something about it, or if we don't do something about it, I guess. This game is kind of interesting. I don't know what the, I guess the developers or the writers had in mind, but it seems to me this is a possible game where there's, you know, multiple times. It seems like multiple times, but I should say there are multiple timelines. It's literally the way they write it. It's how the paradox effects happen. But the kind of goofy thing that I get hung up on sometimes is when I usually think about the timelines like this, oftentimes what'll happen is, you know, your characters will change something. Chrono Trigger is a really good example of this, where your characters will shoot or you know, cause some event to happen or prevent some event from happening, and that'll change, you know, the future or potentially even change the past. I don't know. I always have a hard time. I guess I just don't like that idea, because regardless of what happens in the future, you know, events had to lead up to get there, and it doesn't make sense when to retroactively change something because it's something that you do in the future. So just, you know, I get hung up on, I guess, on that concept of it. I always feel like you know, once something has happened, it's happened. And, you know, it doesn't really make sense to kind of rewrite history as it is, I guess. So anyways, wow, this battle takes forever. I just realized that. Part of that is, really, to be honest, we're not really. It's hard to say that we're not supposed to be here yet. I think normally there are some other easier areas to travel to first, and I think it does actually, especially if it's your first time playing the game. It is kind of a better idea to visit those places first, you know, get a little bit more CP and then come here and try to do this battle a bit later. But I mean, honestly, I'm not crazy over leveled by any means. So you know, this is doable. Now, I'm gonna get a terrible rating if I remember correctly. I don't even know if I get a star from this, because it just takes so long. But the reason why I always come here, actually, I always, literally every time I play through this game, I always come here first after Russian Ruins, because you get the Bugle Throw ability here, which we'll go over a bit more about it once we actually get it, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You can throw Mog to different, like, out-of-reach places. And it's a necessity for this game. So. Oh my gosh, okay, so for some reason I thought this battle ended, like, or should have ended a long time ago. That's not the case. It looks like we actually are going to take him basically all the way down. So, I guess I was remembering that wrong. And I don't know if this is its... I don't think this is its actual form. So this is... I mean, this is an optional... Well, once you start this fight, you have to, you know, beat it. But there's a more powerful version of Royal Ripeness that you can fight after this. So it's kind of like a round 2, but he's way beefier. And I actually did try to take him on. Not immediately, but after doing a bit of leveling, and it wasn't happening. There was no way. I was getting riggedy wrecked in like a turn or two. So I figured, you know what? I think I'd come back and do that. But all right, looks like we're getting there. I don't know if this is... I think this is the longest fight I've had so far, though. To be honest, I should have spent more time here in Sunleth. You know, I should have just done a bunch more of the random encounters here, because there actually is a decent amount of experience here. So, you know what? But oh well, hindsight's 20/20. And at the end of the day, we got it done, so I was pretty good about that. But all right, wow, I'm actually really surprised. I think that and maybe one of the reasons why this did take so long is because I'm swapping into like Tortoise and stuff so often. I think had I just had my Sentinel out all the time, I could have maybe done this a little bit better. That's my theory anyway. Here I got so close. I was like, oh, I got him, and then like his HP just keeps ticking up just little by little. And I go for the kill here, and didn't quite. Alright, back to Taurus. You can see he's got no HP left. There we go, finally.
This jelly bean's ticking me off. Come on, all together. Now, with you. Yeah, do it. See if you like this. Shoot!
Got it!
So there is my horrible no stars. But I did get the perfect cinematic action, so yay me.
Just won't stay dead.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hit it hard while it's down, and I mean, we get out of here. Look, that way.
Come on, Snow. Let's
Whoa,
go.
Hey, Sarah.
Listen, hotheads who can't back down don't last long on this planet.
Maybe. Sometimes you gotta make a stand.
You're not listening to me. Humans aren't strong. They die easy.
Well, some of us are tougher than others. Anyway, thanks for the help. You got a name?
Kupo. This is Noel. And this is Snow. We're getting married.
It's on hold for now.
You know, somehow I didn't expect you to be such a hothead. All I hear is what a great guy Snow is. And look where you are, all the way in the future.
I'm sorry, who's the hothead? What were you thinking bringing Sarah out here?
Listen, Snow. Guess what, Lightning? I found Snow again. He hasn't changed a bit. Still as reckless as ever, still doing his own thing. To think I spent all that time worrying about him. Stupid me. Guess I'll never learn. And that's how we got here. Kupo.
Now it's your turn. Why did you up and leave Sarah? What are you doing fighting here in the future?
You really want to know?
I asked, didn't I?
Lightning appeared in my dreams too. Can you believe it?
You saw lightning?
She told me I had to protect Cocoon, so I started jumping through time, checking things out. I learned that the giant jelly bean back there knocks Cocoon down.
Do you mean the Flan we just fought?
Uh-huh.
According to the stories I heard back in my own time, Cocoon was brought down by war.
Well, there's more than just one cause. Did you see what it was doing, that Flan? It's melting the crystal of the pillar, bit by bit.
But Vanille and Fang, they're inside it.
Yeah, so Cocoon starts to get unstable, people feel the tremors and begin to panic. Next thing you know, everyone's fighting each other.
It's consistent with what I know, sort of.
I can't believe lightning appeared in your dreams as well. She told you to protect Cocoon's pillar. So she must want you to save Vanille and Fang.
Like I said, sometimes you gotta make a stand. I don't have a choice. My mission is to stop that thing for good.
Alright, here is our next live trigger. Snow is here because of something Lightning said in his dream. What else does he know? Let's defeat the Flan.
In any case,
Flan.
with Snow on our team, we can do anything, right? I bet we can even beat that giant Flan.
Hey, Sarah. You're coming around to my way of thinking. Let's do it. Let's turn back and finish that jelly bean off once and for all.
Okay.
No. Have you forgotten already? We ran because it was too strong. None of this makes sense. There are thousands of Flan appearing out of nowhere, and they're fusing and creating a beast that shouldn't exist.
Could it be a paradox? Kupo?
If it is, we'll need to do some traveling to fix it.
Which means you've got to find an artifact first.
Lightning, did you meet Snow in his dreams? Is there a reason why you can only talk to us when we sleep? Snow hasn't changed one bit, even though it's been years since I last saw him. He's still as hot-headed as the day we said goodbye. It makes me so mad. But it's a relief, too. I've been caught up in the fate of the world for so long. It feels good to worry about the simple stuff. Being with Snow helped me forget about what the future might hold.
Okay, so the last live trigger there, I think that actually may have been a funny answer. Let's defeat the Flan. Now I'm saying Flan. Ugh, I thought I decided on Flan. What am I gonna do? Anyways. Alright, so we are, I need to explore a lot more of this area, so I think that's actually what I do here for the rest of this video. Like I was saying earlier, though, you're really not going to be able to take down the Flan, the giant Flan, quite yet. He is super beefy, and that's kind of why I think that that Noel, or why that answer was a funny answer, because obviously we did have to run away from it because it was too powerful. So. And then Noel is like, well, no, we had to run. What are you guys talking about? Because Sarah and Snow are like, let's just go kill it, you know? Well, no, I mean, we literally had to bail. So, anyways, I didn't catch now. I missed it, obviously, whether or not that gate was open. And then Snow gives us the map, so that's obviously pretty useful. The enemies actually in this area can be a bit difficult if you're not leveled. I actually ran into a couple of snags in some of the fights there with multiple enemies. It got to the point where there was so many enemies where I wasn't able to really get them down in a decent amount of time before I was just getting shredded. So I remember if I had to I just had to bail on some of the fights. And, I'll have to level up a bit off a different. This one's not too bad, obviously. There's only 2 enemies, but there are a couple in the so like a little bit deeper in where I remember running into like 4 or 5 Flan at a time. So I just, like I said, it got a little overwhelming for how leveled or unleveled my characters were. So. But that being said, this is a great place to farm for the organic materials that you'll need. I'm going to see if I get any here at the end. I don't know how well this one's going to turn out. So I died really early, and it took me a while to get her back up. So I don't know if I'll get a very good rating here, and thus, I might not get any items. By the way, you can use this monster crystal. Yeah, okay, so Vitality Sliver and a Potent Sliver. I think that's grade 2, if I'm remembering correctly. Don't quote me on that, though. I can't ever keep them straight. I guess I could open up my inventory and check for you real quick, but I don't know.
There's so many little Flan.
So many Flan, where are they all going to?
We follow them straight to the artifact.
Well, maybe. It could happen. They may be drawn by the space-time disturbance. Let's find out.
Okay. So you don't want to go any farther. This will actually start the giant Flan fight again. Now, I was looking for something behind him, but it's not here right now. There's some events that happen here that kind of change things. I won't spoil it right now, but we're not actually going to be able to beat this guy for quite some time. We need to secure some events in some other areas before we do that. So. This is one of the more difficult fights, if I remember correctly, because again, we've just got so many targets, and I know there's some healers in here. So we'll see how this goes, but I feel like if I was going to have any problems with a fight, it would be something like this one. Well, it looks like I'm getting this guy down fairly well, and I'm not taking too much damage, so it might actually work out. Okay. Yeah, first one's down, we're looking still fairly healthy. Or I should say healthy enough to continue on. Just gonna check my inventory here and make sure that I had the right materials, but it looks like I'm gonna run out of time before this video is over. Regardless, this isn't the spot that I like to farm in anyway, so I'll point that out when I actually get there. It's actually basically on the completely the other side of the map. So, again, like I said, I'll point that out once I get there. But anyways, yeah, you know what? It looks like this battle is going to be the last one before the end of this video. So, as always, hope the guide is helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.
How's this? Looks like we lost.